Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be just addressing one of the most common questions I see for Star Wars Armada. Do I need a core set? And unfortunately, without being clickbait, yes, the answer is absolutely yes, you do. I'm going to talk about why you do, and some of the reasons why people ask this, because the main reason people tend to ask, do you need a core set, is because it's crazy expensive. It's $100 for the core set, and you're only getting 3 ships. Not really the best value, at least when you compare it to other fantasy flight games. Possibly a great value if you compare it to other miniature war games like Warhammer or whatever the cost is. To play Armada is ultimately a lot cheaper than other games, but that upfront buy-in of being $100 just to get started, and that's not even enough to really get you playing a full game, is kind of a bit much. It's a harsh pill to swallow. So I'm going to talk about why you need a core set, and I'm going to talk about why I think it's worth the investment. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't talk about, because Armada really is worth the investment. So the core set has a lot of things that you absolutely must have to play. Crucial things that you need in order to play the game. It comes with all your basic objectives. You're going to need objectives to play this game, because Armada is not a straight up deathmatch. There are objectives you have to play, and you have to bring 3 of them into a game. Now, there are other objectives you can get in the Corellian conflict, but you're kind of shorting yourself if you don't get all of them. That being said, the objectives, while you need to have 3, there are other places to get some different objectives, although the ones that come in the core set you can't get anywhere else. Let's talk about other things like dice. Okay, you can always get a dice pack, so while dice come in the core set, you don't necessarily need that. You don't need it for that, but you probably want more dice than, you probably want a core set and a dice pack. Maneuver tool, that's going to come in there. Yeah, you need that you can buy that separately as well if it happens to be in stock anywhere. But now there's certain things that come in the core set that there's no substitute for. Your range ruler. There are aftermarket range rulers, but a lot of them aren't exactly accurate. So you really do need a range ruler. And if you're just getting into the game, I don't expect you to start buying aftermarket components, just because they may or may not be tournament legal, and you don't even know if you're going to like the game yet, but trust me, you probably will. And if you're not sure, this is the right channel to subscribe to, because I do Armada videos all the time. Also, hopefully, if you're new and looking into getting a hobby game, I definitely encourage you to subscribe. I talk a lot about Armada. I have a lot of videos teaching Armada, talking about all kinds of stuff related to other games as well, but a lot with Star Wars Armada. This is my favorite game, and I also run giveaways all the time. I'm running one right now for Star Wars Celebration exclusive Hasbro Black Series Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment to enter to win. Also run digital gift card giveaways, Amazon gift card giveaways, so you can get an expansion of your choice. I run those all the time. This current giveaway is running until the end of the month, so you have plenty of time to enter that. But if you're watching this video in the distant future, there's always new giveaways going on, and generally you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos to enter. It's as simple as that. But that being said, there are definitely things that you can't get anywhere else. For example, there's commanders that come in the core set. General Dodonna and Grand Moff Tarkin only come in the core set. And at least as of right now, Grand Moff Tarkin isn't all that great. General Dodonna is pretty darn good. He's actually probably the best Rebel commander. He's absolutely amazing. You're going to get officers like Leia Organa and Wolf Yularen. You're going to get titles like the Dominator, Redemption, and Dodonna's Pride. You're going to get stuff to play the game. You're going to get a victory, like 6 TIE fighters. You're going to get Howl Runner and Luke Skywalker squadrons. You're going to get a Nebulon and a CR-90. But again, like the ships, you can get, you can get these ships in their own expansion packs. And a lot of people really want, where I'm going with this, they really want an Essentials pack that has all the things that you can't get anywhere else outside of the core set in a core set. Now, the good news is something like this may be in our future. They have already talked about doing card packs for all of their games. They've confirmed it already. Card packs are coming for Star Wars Legion that are going to contain all those cards that you couldn't get anywhere else, that you had to only buy this thing or that thing to get. So card packs are coming, and they said they wanted to do them for other games as well. So we may see card packs coming for Star Wars Armada, and if so, then you won't necessarily have to come back and buy a core set just to get all the missing cards, but you're still going to need things like a damage deck and your range tool and your maneuver tool and your dice and all those other little essentials. So hopefully they'll put an essentials pack together that has all of the things you need to get started, and then this way you can buy your ships a la carte and kind of build whatever you want to play as is. That being said, I don't expect that to come for a while. The Clone Wars is probably going to be arriving to Star Wars Armada sometime in mid to late 2020. That's kind of my estimation. And I feel like, if they come up with an Essentials kit or a starter that has no ships, like a cheap entry point, it will come after the Clone Wars comes out, because I expect the Clone Wars to have its own starter, because they're going to want people to jump in and they're going to want to give people a very clean entry point. Fantasy Flight generally wants their games to appeal to people beyond people that are dedicated gamers. They want their games to appeal to people like, the family that's walking through the store and happens to see something on the shelf that catches their eye, and they want to bring it home and be able to play it right out of the box. And with an Essentials kit, that's really not the case. And so that's more of a hobbyist or like a more serious gamer product. So they may eventually make those, but I don't expect them to launch with the Clone Wars core set, just because they're just so generally oriented towards selling somebody an out-of-the-box, very turnkey solution that will immediately play, at least in a limited game format. That being said, there's a lot of people out there that are dying to get into Armada that just don't want to buy a $100 core set, especially if it has ships in it that maybe they're not interested in using. So an Essentials kit would be a great idea, but as of right now, you do need a core set. And that's probably about all I have to say about it. There's just too many things that come in here that you have to play. Now, here's the good news. If you know somebody who has 2 core sets, you can probably borrow their stuff. If you know somebody who's got a core set and willing to play friendly, like casual format, you can probably just build your own fleet and then just share a damage deck for casual games. That's probably going to be okay. Now, you won't be able to do a tournament with that. You are going to have your own stuff to play in a tournament. Granted, maybe you can borrow somebody's components who's not going to the same tournament. You'll need things like a damage deck. You'll need your objectives. Any upgrade cards you're going to want. You're going to need a maneuver tool. You're going to need, range tool. You're going to need all of that type of stuff. But the big thing here is you need at least the contents of a core set to play in any sanctioned event or any OP event, tournament, or a league, or any kind of organized play. But if you're playing casual, you need at least one core set, but amongst both of you, you can share damage decks for that. If you're playing big games, though, you may run out of cards in your damage deck, so you'll have to make do. But for casual games, you could probably get by, with only one between both players. But generally, everybody's going to need one. So if you, people like me, when the game first came out, bought 2 core sets. And I'm glad I did, because some things break over time, and so I had an extra box full of stuff. But if you have a friend who happens to have multiple core sets, maybe you can just borrow their damage deck and their, all of their general, base stuff, their Tarkin and their Dodonna and things like that, and maybe just build your fleet from there. That's another option. But your best bet, honestly, is just to wait for the core set to go on sale. If price is definitely an issue for you, wait till Black Friday or something like that. They tend to go on sale all the time, and when they do, you can get a $100 core set for $50-$60 sometimes. So if you just wait for the right time, that is the best time. Now, I feel like it'll be a good time to get into Armada probably next year, because they will be coming out with the Clone Wars soon. But I mean, it's a good time now. We have so much product in development right now. This game is getting ready to see its golden age, so this is a great time to get into Armada. And I will put a link to some other videos and buyer's guides and things over here and at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I do want to thank you all so much for watching, and that's about all I've got for you today. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you didn't need this video because you already have a core set, I apologize, but I get asked this so many times, I figured it was time to just make a video and talk about it. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.